you, I'm old school.
Okay.
So now we're going to follow the test routes. So we're in Bromley, so now we are on Roslyn Way. And we're going to turn left at the end of the road. There's a junction here, there's no signal. Now put the signal on.
You will arrive at your destination at 3:23 p.m.
Very salubrious area. This is not the nice bit of Bromley, folks. But who cares?
Oh, I saw.
At the end of the road, turn left. Then, at the end of the road, turn right.
Oh, nice and open. Looks nice.
Remember, it's very sunny out there. So remember, you could suffer with glare. So, as I said before, sunglasses.
Right.
Yeah. The weather does affect.
I mean, you can use sun visors, but they don't always do the job, do they?
No, they don't.
Tricky right turn, this.
This is very tricky. You must stay here for a long time, you know. It's very, very busy, but just be patient, I always say.
How do you feel about the people going out to the middle of the road? Are you happy with that?
It depends. Like now, there is a right car parked on the right-hand side. I will advise them to peep a little bit.
Yep.
Because, you know, to have a better view of the roads.
That's it.
So, yes.
Unfortunately,
I know. It's not very
it's not
safe.
a lorry.
No, it's not a lorry. So
We get lucky.
And then the quite good thing here, on the left-hand side, there are some traffic lights. So now they were red. So that can also help us to go.
That's
It's
right.
safe, obviously. So, yeah. And then we are on 30, we're in Bromley.
Yep. If by any chance you don't see any signs, it usually means it's 30.
Exactly.
If it's 20, there's normally going to be painted on the road or there'll be a sign somewhere. So be aware. But it's very important to stick to your speed limits.
Yeah. I usually find those signs just before you turn into a road. So like you said, if there's no sign, stick to what you know.
After 300 yards, go left on the roundabout. First exit.
Right, folks. Now this roundabout here can be a little bit tricky because when you get close to the roundabout, because we're going to go left, there are hatchet markers on the left, which are they're a bit controversial actually, because I think it's safe to go in them sometimes, but ideally you've got to be out on them.
We used to enter those hatch markings, it was fine. And then now obviously the examiners decided not to.
Yeah.
So we get closer to them but don't enter them fully. However, you need to glance to the left because people still enter those hatch markings. So now we signal.
Yep.
Nice and clear.
There's
So
also
just
a giveaway line.
check
It's
it,
good, yes.
nice and open.
Then that's it. I mean, it's perfectly okay to touch it a little bit.
Oh yeah, oh yeah. Before we used to enter them, that was beautiful.
That was it.
Because if you read the story of the hatch marking, so the whole history was about before this Tesco was a petrol station. So that's what the town.
Right,
Yes,
okay,
that's why they used to stop and deliver, you know, petrol, so that there was little space for the tanks. But now we were able to use that
After
space.
200 yards, bear right.
But the examiners
then
have decided
turn right.
not anymore.
You know what I'd like to see there? I'd like to see, take those away and put an arrow to left turn only.
I think so.
Because then we could be to the left.
That would be good.
That's what they need to do. So Bromley Council,
Bear right, then turn right.
So here we bearing right, so right and bend, we go both to the left, but we are also turning right straight
Turn
up.
right, then bear right.
No, they should, you know.
yeah, that'd make life so much easier.
Oh, yeah.
Plus it would stop vehicles creeping up on you inside.
Definitely. There was a test once. I was driving behind, and the learner got hit on the back because they were literally outside the hatch markings. So a car filtered. So by the time the learner moved back, they got hit from the back. So when you come here, you have to be very careful. Don't head at the hatch marking, but get a bit closer to them. Even if you're touching them, you're not gonna fall for that. So,
Yeah, oh god, yeah, it must be awful.
yeah.
So with a driving test, you need a bit of luck sometimes from other vehicles.
Exactly. So this road is quite bendy.
Now this road would be a 30, is that right?
Normally, yeah.
Yeah,
But we've
yeah. But obviously I would recommend going under 20. I would say this road should be 20.
this one should be 20. But in Bromley, like you said earlier, if you don't see the new speed limit, stick to what you've seen.
Exactly.
However, you need to adapt to driving now. Like now, the road is quite tight, parked vehicles on both sides. So there's not enough space if you meet a vehicle. So you have to really anticipate all the time, looking ahead. but the road is 30.
Exactly, and also the time as well, because we're getting close. Well, just past 3 o'clock now. That means school kids.
School kids, parents are rushing.
Exactly, Range Rovers.
I know, moms on the road.
Yeah. Chelsea tractors.
So here the sat nav is asking what are we going to turn right, and this is very interesting.
After 200 yards, turn left.
Oh, sorry, left. So traffic lights, we're turning left. Obviously, there's no right turning.
The advantage here is it only goes left. Is that right?
Only goes
Yeah,
left.
that's correct.
However, just after the traffic lights, there is another giveaway sign.
Right.
So here we
Turn
stop
left.
it is red. However, if you look on the right, you can see the bus, and the bus has got another traffic light. So if these lights were green, you must give way again to the
Right. Okay. That's
the buses.
That's interesting.
Yes. So
That's tricky.
Yeah, very tricky. So if the lights gone to green, don't assume you've gone it safe. No, you have to respond to the giveaway again. So check to your right hand side. If there is a bus coming, you're giving way to the buses as well.
Exactly.
Yeah. So
Tricky one. Good.
very tricky.
Good.
Like now, the green, I'm checking picture my right. The bus is there, but it's not moving. So I'm happy, it's safe.
Right. We can hear a siren, but it's going that way, which is great.
So it's fine.
This part of the road is always busy.
Very much.
It's not so bad today. Now, where are we going? Let's have a look.
So now, for me, knowing where I'm going,
Yeah, of
I'm
course.
planning now. So
Yeah.
I'm moving lane to the right because ahead there is a dual carriage.
But it would be okay to be in that lane and go straight.
It'd be
wouldn't
good to be on that lane, but because I'm turning right,
Right.
so I'm planning already.
it? Right, gotcha.
Yeah, so because I saw the bus as well on the
Yep.
left. If I keep it left, I might end up behind the bus. But following the sat nav, see like now the bus is stopping. So
Yep,
therefore
yep.
I have to move
And it
lane
blocks your
again.
view as well.
Exactly. So because I'm following the sat nav and I'm reading the sat nav and I know I'm going to turn right
Yeah.
at 800 yards now.
Right.
So that was good to change lane earlier. But if you stick to the left, read the sat nav. If you need to turn right, make it safe.
Yeah.
Yeah, keep an eye on the buses as well. It's quite busy with buses this
But
road.
from a
anyway.
learner's point of view, they may well have been in the left, which is fine. They would just have to get over it a bit later, wouldn't they?
So, I sat on tests where just by the traffic light, the examiner will kind of help you, and they go, we're going to go to the right.
Right,
Because
okay.
I can see it's quite busy.
Yep.
So sometimes they might help you a little bit. But because you're following the sat nav, this is your independent driving. You can plan early. As this is a dual carriageway anyway, so you can't turn right, so you can move lane earlier. But if you want a single carriageway and there are lots of right turning, keep it there first.
Right.
You don't want to get stuck behind any car turning right earlier. So here's also very interesting though. So we're turning right. Now there are only 2 lanes. But by the traffic light, you got 2 lanes
Turn
now.
right, okay.
See that 2
Take
going
the
right,
left.
and then so I'm gonna be on the left now this time.
Right, okay. Yeah, because you're actually
Yeah.
getting close to West Wickham now.
Yeah. So this one goes to Shetlands.
Yeah,
So
that's
from
it.
here,
But
now
it-
2 lanes again.
They wouldn't need a signal here, would they, the pupils? They
You can
could.
signal.
They
You
could do,
could
but they wouldn't
signal.
need to.
Yeah,
would they?
yes.
They wouldn't need to. No.
Yeah.
That's
So
fine.
if you want to signal, I always say put the signal on for my nan.
Just
My
to be
nan is
safe.
not a driver.
Yeah, just to be safe. Yeah.
Okay, so now 2 lanes, we are on the left.
So it's very important for the pupil or driver to make sure they stay in the lane if they go round, not to
Amazing.
get across.
Not to go across, yeah. So here again we got a bulk junctions, and as bulk junctions you may enter if obviously where you're going is nice and clear. So we look to where we're going, it's nice and clear, it's not blocked. So when the light changes, don't be scared, just go. And also looking ahead, all the cars that we saw for the crossing, they've stopped, and we got a green filter, which means go, 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 don't stop. So again, I'm back to the left lane here as I'm turning left again.
It's very important that they don't signal too early because it might be misleading as well.
After 100 yards, turn left, then turn right.
Yeah.
You're encroaching onto my area now.
I'm very close.
We're
to
close to West
Westlake.
Wickham.
Turn left, then turn right.
What we'll do one day, folks, we'll do a Seven Oaks run.
How we come?
That's quite tricky.
Yeah.
Seven Oaks, believe it or not, if you've come from, say, South East London, you're not going to get an easy ride if you get a test at Sevenoaks.
Okay.
You need to know the area. So I would advise anyone coming from South East London, maybe here the Green area or that way, to try to stick to something which they know.
It's better.
If they're going to get somewhere like Sevenoaks or even Bromley sometimes, West Wickham, it can be rural. So be prepared. Where there's young children, isn't it? Really, I would have thought.
Yeah. So.
Yeah, I'll tell you something now. Oh, yeah, you're back on the road.
Yeah.
Turn right.
Out of interest, you know that lollipop man we just saw? Do you know it on his lollipop? Do you know what that black thing's for in the middle?
The black thing
Yeah,
in the middle.
it's a circle,
It's a
and then it
circle.
says stop, and it's got a little black area. Have you got it on video at all?
I'm sure.
Yeah, okay. Do you know what that's for? It's really old school, this.
You've been asked to stop.
No, right. There's a little black mark in the middle of where it says stop. He carries a bit of chalk in his pocket. Any car that doesn't stop, he'll write your number plate on it.
Oh,
There's
that is the reason.
There's a bit of trivia for you. There you go.
Oh, that is good to know.
But they'll never ask you that on a theory test because it's very old school.
That is
But
good
that's
to
that's
know.
what it used. That's what it used to be for. So bear in mind, folks, that little black area on the lollipop where it says stop is for writing a number plate for not stopping. There you go.
Wow.
But whether they still do it, I don't know.
Okay, so if you don't stop, you just write it down so you know.
He'll just write a number down.
Oh, okay.
You know, go.
Oh, that's really good though. I did not know that.
No, so you learn
We
something
learn
every
every
day.
day. We learn every day.
When you've been doing the job as long as I have.
And do you know also I was among the first people who started the ferry test as well, by the way.
Were you really?
Yep.
Well done.
So when I came from France, so excited, so happy, like, oh, now what is happening here? Look at that.
Oh,
the
width
road
barrier.
is 30.
Oh,
Width area, we need to slow down. However, look at the school patrol now, it's flashing. So we need to respond to that. We are on 20 now, people.
Now,
So-
width barriers, make sure you go through with the wheels straight. Very important. I've
Okay.
actually got a video on this, I think, on TikTok or something,
Yeah, I know,
about
I've
going
seen
through
that.
width barriers because not many people have done that.
So now, yeah, so zebra crossing now set clear. You're on 20. The school is on the left. So
We're
once you
quite-
pass the school,
Quite near Shortlands, aren't we?
yeah, now we can go back to the normal speed again. Obviously, meeting.
This road's tricky because a lot of parked cars,
Yeah.
plus it's school time.
Oh, thank you. Always been good with the mirrors. Thank you very much. Here we need to wait for the other car to go. At this place a bit slow. Yeah. Very, very slow. Cool. Clearance and obstruction. Stay away from parked vehicles.
To be fair,
After
they were being quite
200
good to you.
yards, turn right. Then
Yeah, so
at
coming
the
back
end
to
of
my
the
ferry
road,
tests,
turn
I was so
right.
excited. I'm like, yes, in this country they don't sit ferry tests,
Wow.
just practical tests. So happy.
Turn right.
That's when they
Then
voted
at the end of
the new
road,
law.
turn
Now we need
right.
to sit.
So you were living in France, were you?
Yes.
Which part?
I was southeast of France, Grenoble.
Is that near
Yeah.
Paris?
Close to Lyon.
Oh, Leon, I know.
Yeah.
Leon, yeah.
So yeah, very close to Lyon. So I was the first bunch of those who started.
Wow.
Very.
Well done.
So I went to Croydon for that, and we only had 30 questions.
Oh,
To
yeah, one of
pass,
the early ones, yeah.
you have to score, I think it was 28,
Turn
or
right.
26, 28.
Yeah.
And then you don't get your results.
28 out of 30?
Yeah,
That's
I think,
strict.
yeah, very strict.
You
I
only
think it
allowed
was
two wrong.
26, 26,
26
yeah,
probably,
26.
yeah.
But you can't get your result there and then. You have to go home
Oh,
and wait.
right,
Then
and
we
they wait
send
for it.
them
Yeah,
to you.
got you, right, okay.
So you do your test. It was like a big room and a massive screen. You have paper. You sit like in a proper classroom. Just stick your answers.
Now, you're talking about the theory test.
Yes.
When you passed your driving test, I was your instructor.
Yeah, you were.
There was no theory test, was there?
No, they were already. Because that was
Oh my God,
97.
97. That's
Oh,
the time,
yes.
That's the time flies.
So in 96, they voted that the
Right.
law has to go ahead.
Blimey, you,
And
yeah.
then I was the first bunch.
Wow.
I was like, no, why me?
I
Oh
love
my
it.
God.
I love it.
So,
Well done.
so I did it. And then,
That's incredible.
so I have to go to Croydon. You sit in the classroom.
Yep.
You have a massive screen. You answer the questions. When you're done, you go home. You need to wait, and they're gonna send you a letter via posts.
That is amazing.
Yeah. So I was, you know. Then after that, a year later, it went to 35 questions.
Right.
Just a year later.
And there was 2 years on it still, yeah.
Yes.
That's 97.
Yeah. 97.
It's been out years.
Yeah.
It's been out.
So before, and there was no hazard perception either.
No, there wasn't.
There was just multiple choice. Yeah. So
interesting. Well done.
thank you. I was very happy I passed first time. I was like, yeah.
And I was a teacher.
And there you go. Then I'm like, okay, now I'm really ready to drive.
Yeah.
Yeah. But it was really good experience. Fantastic. But I was like, but why me? Why now? Why?
Yeah.
But hey,
fantastic.
it's good to know your highway codes.
After 200 yards, turn left.
So the theory test came out in 97 then?
Yes.
Interesting.
Yeah. So before, you just drive and they ask you questions while you're on the move, really. They show you a sign. What did sign tells us? You just answer, that's it. You're on the ferry, yeah. And then therefore, actually, people need to read a bit more.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, people need to know.
It was all a book then, wasn't it? Book?
Yes.
There was no app, just a book.
Just a book.
Yeah, which is probably better. I like books.
I like books as well, you know.
Yeah.
I really do like books as well. The way you were reading and you were actually understanding it. Now with the apps, you know, reading the highway codes, you only straight away start answering questions.
Yeah.
Therefore, you're just memorizing them. You don't even understand the questions. So that's why when I go and pass the ferry test, take the ferry test, they're not really passing because they don't understand once the question have been changed a little bit. But if you read the highway code, you understand it, you nail it. So yeah, back then was good. You have to read your highway code.
Of course.
Turn left.
In fact, a lot of people today, when they pass a theory test, they forget about the highway code, don't they?
They
just
do.
think, I've done my theory, that's not right.
Yeah, and now they're relying
You
on the
must
instructor.
stick to the highway code.
You must.
That's your Bible.
Mm.
But I wonder how many learners out there actually have a highway code. I don't think many have, you know.
No, they're really relying on the apps.
Yep, they do.
And they're just really learning to go and pass. This is why when you start teaching them, they don't really recognize signs. They don't know where they are.
No.
But if you come prepared, you're actually helping yourself as well. Because our job is to help you, but you also have to help yourself to understand.
Of course.
So now we got this bus here. I'm looking to my right. There's an island.
But think of it from a learner's point of view. Maybe it might be easy to stay behind it. I'm not saying.
So it depends.
It
like
depends.
now, there is a van coming to my right
And
hand
there's a
side.
bollard right in front.
And now there's a
well.
bollard right in
Yeah.
front. And I'm looking at how many people now
Exactly.
they're getting off of the bus.
Yeah.
So we've staying here for so long. It's not really helping because it's kind of clear.
Exactly.
So the best way to do is to go around the bus. Now it's nice and clear, and the bus has been here for a long
It
time.
has been here, yep.
So now we're moving, we're changing, and now we
That's right.
go. Yeah.
I'll tell you what happened to me once with the lesson. We went round a bus. We didn't know there was a bus in front of it, and we got stuck.
Oh, that's really interesting.
Yeah, that's a good point because
So-
I mean it was. We couldn't see it. There was another bus in front. So when we went round it, consequently, we were then stuck on the other side of the road. It wasn't our fault.
Cool. But as a driver, it's good when you spot there is a bus, hold back. Literally,
give yourself
hold back,
room.
give yourself room
Give
to
yourself
be able
room.
to see. But because you were on the other side, you can't really see. But the driver should see, the learner should see. By holding back, you can see.
But
So,
I think it was good to mention that though, just in
No,
case,
that was
because
really good.
different situations.
Yeah, so that's why I kind of cited a
Because
little
remember,
bit.
you're an experienced driver, and me too. I'd have gone straight round that bus.
Oh yeah, I've gone.
But
Yeah.
I would have been gone for life.
Yeah.
But a learner driver, under pressure, who knows?
Who knows? So that's why it's good
Right.
to have that really good distance with the bus.
Yeah.
Then, thank you. By the time you check and then you watch the bus's light as well, they were still signaling left.
Yeah.
So you keep assessing to see there is any oncoming vehicles or not, but there were none. And the bus still signaling left. Therefore, that was a good gap to go around.
Yes.
Because that bus was still there.
That's right, because you never know what's going to happen.
No.
You can be same area, drive at the same time. It's never going to be the same situation.
No, never.
Weather conditions, traffic. But I would say that although if you can drive at any time, but I would say if you don't like a lot of traffic and a lot of things going on, avoid school times.
Yes.
I would say, me personally, I don't like the early mornings because I don't like getting out of bed. But,
Me neither.
I know, it's a killer. I would say avoid, because it could be dark as well. I would say avoid anything up to about 9:30. I would say anything at 10:30 onwards, and then maybe
After
1:30 the
yards,
latest.
turn
But
left.
these days, I'd grab anything. You can't get tests.
No, you can't.
Just
So
take
whatever
anything.
time comes,
Yeah.
and then just be aware
Yeah,
of the traffic,
Turn
like you
left.
said, the condition as well.
exactly.
And yeah, for things like the bus, that was really good for us to come across that, because I would have gone a long time ago.
Oh yeah, me too.
But because you asked me, learner's perspective, okay, let's do like a learner. However,
Yeah.
we can't stay there for so long
No.
either, because a chance came. So you just have to really assess the situation. If it's safe to go around, do it. If it's not, stay where you are. But hold back. Stay away from the buses to really see if it's clear or not.
And as you said, see if there's any people getting on and off the bus.
I know there were quite a lot of them, yeah.
You know.
Count.
If you can
Thank
see,
you.
if you can see, people
Yeah.
are being very polite.
Yes.
Yeah. So
They'd be very polite to that, I know, right?
now we're now very close to the test centre now, aren't we?
We are.
This is Burntash Lane, I imagine, and it's very busy.
Very, very
But bearing in mind, it's 3:30 now, so a driving test, I think, that's as long as they go, isn't it? I don't think they
Yeah.
go beyond that, do they?
There is, I think there's 3:34 one.
Is there really?
Yeah.
That's interesting.
Yeah, the
Yeah.
last one.
Yeah,
So there's one to
that's
go.
interesting.
Yeah, so that'll be the
so
last
there
one.
we go. That's a busy time.
That's very busy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I think once the clocks change, I think you'll find this will be the last time, won't
It'll
it?
be the
Yeah,
last one.
yeah.
Yes. And also with it's quite busy now, and also the test now you only go for 30 minutes.
Yeah.
But they won't tell you now anymore.
No.
They only start. You'll be driving in various roads, so they're not mentioning anymore how long your test will last.
Oh, really?
No, they
Interesting.
don't. Yes.
Although mine lasted a good 40 minutes the other
Oh,
day.
was it?
Yeah, it's just one of those things.
Well, that was West Wickham, isn't it?
Yeah,
Was it?
yeah,
Yeah,
and Mitcham
yeah.
as well. The one at Mitcham was,
Oh, right.
although I don't go to Mitcham, it's very rare. It was just that the pupil was desperate, got that test. Of course, he want to help them out.
Yeah.
But I didn't know the area that well. But he passed, and his test was out 44 minutes.
Oh. So maybe they got in touch and
Got caught in traffic.
they got caught in
obviously.
traffic. But this is why they don't really mentioning how long it's gonna last.
right.
Because if they say 30 and then you've gone for 40, 50, you might be panicking now. What have I done wrong? So they don't want to give you any estimate anymore.
No, that's good.
Yeah. Because when I had my
After
test in Eva Green,
200
that's what happened. She
yards,
came after
turn
30 minutes. She
left,
was like,
then
oh my God,
take
what have I
the
done
second
wrong?
right.
And I said, nothing. The test is finished.
Oh, right, okay.
Yeah. So that's what
They
they're not
managed to
telling
get
you.
everything done.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But in France, how long the test lasts?
How long?
I've got an idea. 25 to 20 minutes.
Nice,
Oh,
nice,
yes.
But you know
Turn
what?
left, then
I can tell a
take
good
the
driver in
second
the
right.
first 10 minutes
There you
usually.
go,
But,
there you go.
you know,
There you go. Yeah.
yeah.
I think that's what I always tell my people. The first 10 minutes are crucial.
Yeah,
You
very
need to
important.
show them that
Yeah,
you
that's
can
right.
do it. Because they can see a good driver and the nervous one and the one
That's
that
right.
can, so.
Now,
Turn right.
okay,
Then
shall we take
you
them to
have
the test
reached
centre and have a
your
quick look? What do you
destination.
think? Or would it be a bit cheeky to go in there
A
now?
bit cheeky. I
Okay
think.
then, okay.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, we can.
Oh, I'll tell
Why
you what
not?
we'll do. We're
Just
not,
go around.
yeah, we're not going to get in the way of any
Yeah.
test because
No, we're not gonna stop the car.
well,
We're just gonna leave.
we're going to go into the car park so we can just show you guys, although you probably know what the car park looks like.
Okay. Yeah, let's do it.
But they don't often do a manoeuvre in here, do they?
Oh, they do.
Oh, they do?
Yeah.
Oh, they do.
So just
right,
at the
okay.
start, if they want you to do your reverse bay parking,
So they do sometimes do it here?
Yeah, so
Okay.
they
You have
keep
reached
you.
your destination.
so everybody goes, they keep you,
Got you.
and then
It's usually very tight in here, isn't
and
it?
then you
Yeah.
are doing your so like
have a
right
little look.
You
now.
have reached your
There
There we go.
destination.
Perfect. And
See?
this is the car park.
There you go.
As you can see, we're not in anyone's way.
Cool. So we go down there.
There's the car park.
Yeah. So when you come back in from the test center, you just have to pull up anyhow.
Yeah, I'll give you a tip now. See that rather deep curb
Which one?
there on the side of the thing?
Yeah, yeah.
Be careful. Never touch that because that's so deep.
But you know what?
These cars are so low.
Yeah, do you know the examiners, they always ask you to
Yeah,
go a
they
bit
do.
slow.
They're pretty
okay?
good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So let me pull up like on the test, okay? Just park anyhow.
Okay.
That's how we do it. So when you come back from the test center, they're gonna ask you go to your right, just take your car
We're
anyhow.
not worried about getting in the bay.
They're gonna ask you to be very, very slow, just go very slow, and they will ask you to stop your car. So when they feel you closer to the curb, like Nick says, they're gonna ask you to stop your car. Once you stop the car, then they will ask you obviously to secure your vehicle. And then turn the ignition off.
And then wait for
And
those
then
magic
wait
words.
for the magic words. And then we say, obviously, give me a minute. So they're going to set themselves, put their sat nav, and then they're going to ask you on your instructor to listen to the feedback.
That's right. You know, it happened to me once.
Mm-hmm.
The examiner got out the car. We drove off, and I realised their sat nav was still in there. The examiner's sat nav was still in my car.
I went to once as well. It happened to me once in Belvedere. I went all over to my necklet and I got a phone call.
Oh.
I don't know what this number's calling me. So I pull up, I'm answering. Oh, hi, sorry, this is so and so calling from a Belvedere
And you were
Center.
miles away.
Yeah, I was miles away. I said, oh my God, I will come back later because I have
That's
a
nice
lesson.
of you, yeah.
Yeah, I
That
have
was
to go
nice
back.
Of you, yeah. That was nice of you. You know what you should have done? You should have kept it.
And then copy all the test.
Only kidding, folks. Only kidding.
Only kidding.
Right.
Yeah. So this is exactly how it goes. So I hope this will help you guys to see what happened on tests as well. And then so the tests we kind of done it in 2 parts because we had some issue
Yep.
with the filming
And the sun.
and the sun.